Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Off the Board, which is a month-long series created by my friend Crystal over at Pineapple Papers. Today's prompt, since it's Thursday, is texture, and I decided to pull these two photos from our Alcatraz trip because the photos are pretty texturized, in my opinion. And then I'm going to bring in products from my Never Ending kit and hopefully have a nice texture-y type layout. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I have this piece of paper right here, and as you can see, it is a pattern that radiates out. So I decided to cut off on all four corners. That way the pattern would not be awkward or crooked on the page. Now, I end up covering most of it up, so you probably wouldn't even notice, but at this point, when I was just cutting paper and getting things down, I had no idea what I was doing, what the plan was, so that is why I did that. Now, I also continue to not know what I'm doing because I'm trying to cut a mat for that piece of paper with some black cardstock, and instead of just slapping that bad boy down on the cardstock and cutting it like any normal sane person would do, I decided that I'm just going to, I don't know, figure it out. Like, what the heck am I even doing here? So here we go. That cardstock has now been regulated to the scrap pile for this kit, and now I do what I should have done from the beginning. Slap that paper on top of the black cardstock, trim it down, and now I can add the kind of distressed texture to the edge of that black cardstock. The reason why I did the edge of the black cardstock was because I wanted to use this crepe kind of paper thing. It's from Tim Holtz. I don't know what it's called, but I wanted to use that across the page, and I felt like I needed to add in some black onto the page to be able to do that with this black crepey stuff. Now I'm also going to be able to use up a Nuvo drops bottle, which is super exciting because, you know, I had amassed a small collection of Nuvo drops before I realized I don't really like them. For a while there, they were just in about every kit. They were a freebie everywhere, and, you know, of course, I bought a couple because, you know, something new, exciting, and you gotta try it out. And then no, they just were not my thing. They were in a card kit that I was getting. This is like a couple years ago though, guys. There was a Nuvo drop in every card kit, and it was just like, oh no, I'm amassing these Nuvo drops and I really am not a fan. So here's one way to get through them. Use them as like a texture paste or something like that to put through your stencils. Now obviously it's not going to give you the thickest texture under the sun, but if you do light coats, they could almost be dry. Like this stuff I did a light coat. I mean, you can see the bigger globs on the side there, but pretty much this stuff dried almost immediately, so it wasn't stressing out about that. So now I have gone ahead and cut down that gold dotted paper. Again, no idea what I'm doing with this, and that continues to be a theme throughout what I'm doing with these papers, right? Like, I don't have any kind of semblance of a plan in my head, which is, I'm going to say it's a little bit rare, because usually I have some sort of plan of where I want to go with a layout when I start it. This one, though, there wasn't really anything solidified in my mind, other than I wanted to use that crepe paper stuff, right? Like, that was the only thing where I was like, man, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it stretch across the page. So that was it. So on this video, you guys are going to see a ton of me picking stuff up, putting it back down, trimming things down, making it fit and work. Because like I said, I really didn't have a plan with this. I also didn't want my photos to touch on this layout, which is a little bit rare for me because most of the time my photos are touching in some way. But this time it ended up overlapping again because to me it was more important to have the photos inside that kind of reddish orange canvas than it was for it to expand past that. So the photos ended up touching. This green piece of paper here that I'm using also doesn't end up in the way it is meant to go. I did not realize until after I had already cut it up and put it on the paper and cut it up some more that there are tiny little hearts, and now my hearts are on their side because I wasn't paying attention to the pattern of the paper. I was definitely going for more of the color. And as you can see, this is where I am putting the photos down and where I want it them to not touch. And then I quickly move it over because, like I said, it was more important for it to stay on that red portion of the layout, which is a little bit funky because I do have other things that are going past the red portion of the layout. But for some reason in my mind, that stuff couldn't. And you know, sometimes when you go on and you've got something in your head and you just can't get out of it, right? Like you're stuck in that moment. I am going to throw a couple of tags in here. And originally my tags were going to hang down from the bottom, but my photos did not really line up well enough to have them line down from the bottom. And when I say originally, I meant when I picked up the tags to cut them, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have these hang down from underneath of the photos. So from that spark of moment to me actually cutting them out and realizing, hey, this isn't going to work. And then as you can see, not only do I cover up a ton of the pattern with that reddish orangish paper, I cover up where you can't even tell that it's a symmetrical pattern. I cover up a lot of the Nuvo that I just put down on that page. I cover up a lot of the dotted paper, and I cover up a lot of that green paper that ended up having an on its side heart. And I'm okay with it, right? Like the little pops of color and the little peaks of those patterns popping out make me happy. So I am good with how the layout is going. I decided that the crepe paper felt a little bit naked on the inside. And normally I would imagine that you would be kind of texturizing this paper up so that you wouldn't even see that center line. But this is going to go into an album. It's going to get flattened down anyway. So even if I would have taken the time to crinkle all that crepe paper up and kind of give you the illusion of there is no center line there, it's all going to get flattened down in the album anyway, right? Like it's just going to go smack flat, whatever. So I decided it needed to have some of this little beading stuff here that has been in the Never Ending Kit since its inception, I think. So it's been in there a couple months, and I have used it a couple times. So it's not like it's sitting in there and not getting any use, right? And then I decided that I needed to kind of decorate up that crepe paper even just a little bit more. It was definitely looking and feeling kind of like slap, here's some crepe paper on a layout, and it's really not joined up with anything else. And adding this little decorative bit right here, I think kind of gets rid of that feeling. Like it looks like it's supposed to be a decorative part of the layout. So now I pull out my letter stickers and I'm trying to figure out what words I can spell with the letters that I have left. Now I have a lot of letters left, but not so many usables. Like there is 5 or 6 X's on there, and it's like, why are they giving us 5 or 6 X's in a letter sticker sheet? Why are they not giving us more vowels? Why are they not giving us more S's, more R's, more T's? You know, the letters that are most commonly used. I don't need 5 or 6 X's on a sticker sheet, guys. Like maybe if I was an X-ray tech and I wanted all the X's, that would be fine. But I mean, come on, give me the letters that I want, right? Which is why I am on a mission not to buy letter stickers anymore and use my dies. Like I made that decision. And even when I went to Joann's the other day and they had letter stickers on clearance, and they were adorable and they were cute and they were cheap and they would be ones that I would use, I didn't buy them. I put them right back on. I picked them up and looked at them and was like, daggone, these are cute. And I put them right back on the shelf because I'm not doing it anymore, right? Like I've made my decision. And now if I use up the letter stickers I have now, which is an atrocious amount, you guys, there is an ungodly amount of letter stickers in my stash. It's probably going to take me forever, but that's room for other stuff I can buy. So anyway, maybe more dies because they take up a lot less room than letter stickers. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.